administrative side, I found it was necessary to initiate wide-ranging reforms. The guiding rationale was but clear: to reduce backlog and shorten the case time. And this, I thought, required integration of technology while making the judicial delivery processes more citizen-centric. Now, as for the reform processes took shape, it became clear that all our work must rest on firm foundation. We therefore defined 5 key pillars, each one representing an area essential to institutional renewal. These are: to improve service delivery through technology, to improve access and transparency, to strengthen legal and regulatory framework, leverage international and external resources, and to revitalize the attached department. Let me walk you through how we work to bring some of these pillars to life. This needs a bit of an explanation. The Supreme Court, there are 8 sections. So it all started that each section head, after consulting their team, proposed what changes are necessary for ensuring an efficient section which they were heading. It came to the registrar office, where a core team was constituted, and I was part of that particular core team. And we identified 84 time-bound goals for ourselves. These goals were considered. We have done 6 interactive meetings, and mind you, in this process, we made sure that it wasn't just the lawyers, it was not just the Supreme Court establishment or the office of the Supreme Court which was involved. At each and every step, mind you, there are two groups in the lawyers community. So I was lucky to have President Saab from one group and the Secretary Saab from the other group. And I made sure that both of them are present when we discuss the reforms. And mashallah, I have yet to see the enthusiasm with which they participated in these reforms and their guidance on each and every step. And at this stage, it will be unfair on my part not to mention Mr. Aurangzeb, that whenever they were busy, he would come as a proxy representing both the groups. So mashallah, and I hope this tradition carries on. Now, improving service delivery through technology. This is the first pillar. To improve service delivery through technology, we have launched a series of initiatives that are already transforming the way this court functions. Digital case filing has been introduced. Files be transferred electronically and cases fully trackable online. E-services such as e-copies, e-affidavits, e-delivery, and the list goes on. I'll give you a thing. We've done a lot. The most important aspect of this is the digitization of case files is underway and expected to be completed within 6 months. We all talk about technology. We all talk about AI to be utilized for enhancing the efficiency of the justice delivery system. Fine. But look at the state where we are right now. Your record was not even scanned. And it does not require just the scanning of it. You have to digitally scan it. And let me announce that we have commenced with this task. 61,000 files are to be digitally scanned, and the project, they have assured me that it will be complete in 6 months. Now, we move on to the next point. It is only when you have them digitally scanned that you can utilize the tools of AI for categorization. It will be easy to categorize cases and to fix it before one bench, one issue, and in one hearing, you can be able to decide all the cases that are pending. Yes, technology is necessary. Yes, AI has to be utilized, but no, not now. We are not ready for it. We have to prepare ourselves for that. Be patient. Ladies and gentlemen, be patient. We are at it, inshallah ta'ala. After 6 months, they will give us the digitized scan, and then the process will commence. We have started, small steps have already been taken, but no. I'll be very frank with you. The most effective tool for using AI will be complete once we have the digitized scanned copies. Now we go on to improving access and transparency. This is the second pillar. The values of transparency, accountability, a corruption-free environment is but essential and foundational in any healthy judicial delivery system. Access is central to achieving transparency, and to that end, a dedicated anti-corruption hotline has been established, providing a secure and confidential platform for citizens to report incidents of graft. This is ready day and night. Whenever the complaints come in, within 30 to 60 days, keeping in the nature of the complaint, the complaints are processed and the complainant is informed about the outcome of the complaint. Along with this is the public feedback portal has also been deployed to gather any analysis feedback in the structural manner, while public facilitation centers have been set up at the principal and registries. You see, I'm with you. You should have access to the Supreme Court. It is your Supreme Court. It is nobody's Supreme Court. But if I can provide you with whatever you require at the facilitation center without disturbing the office, I think that will cater to whatever your needs are. Whatever information you require, whatever record you require, we will provide you with everything at the facilitation center. That is why we have the facilitation center, and we're going to have an opening, a soft opening today. And inshallah, it will be functional. They claim by the 1st of October, hopefully by 1st of October, it will be completely functional. Now, acknowledging the financial accountability is equally important. Let me announce that Supreme Court has undergone an external audit. And by the grace of God, the audit is complete. The issues highlighted are now being addressed. Additionally, in addition to the audit, let me also inform you one very important step which we have taken. We initiated this process of standardization of processes and quality assurance. This process, ladies and gentlemen, is underway. And I've been told that in 9 months, we'll be able to complete this. And what will this achieve? You will be short of international certification. All the processes of the Office of the Supreme Court will be standardized. And there will be no issue of any discretion left with the office. There'll be a system, how you come in, how you go out, how the applications are made, everything. And it will be done by experts who will come and do it for us. Okay. We move on. To support this, we have established an overseas litigation facilitation center. Mr. President, has been established. For the media, establishment of dedicated platform has been completed, visitor centers, and so on. We move on to the third one, strengthening legal and regulatory framework. A rapid advancement of technology, particularly in the age of artificial intelligence, required the courts to move from conventional to digital process. While interim measures have been adopted, like I said, we did small steps, but there was no backing of law. We said, fine, don't give us 7 copies. Give us 4 copies. 1 soft copy. We said it. No rules to back it. The processes entailed 20 steps according to the 1980 rules. We brought it down to 3 because the section heads told us that please, if you change the rules, this will become more efficient. Our section will become more efficient. We did it. Fine. How did we achieve this? To address this, on 30th October 2024, that is only 4 days after my assuming this office, a high-powered committee headed by Mr. Justice Shahid Wahid, with Justice Irfan Sadat Khan and Justice Naeem Aghwan and Justice Akil Ahmed Abbasi as members was constituted. And my God, I tell you, I salute them for their efforts, because it was open. The Supreme Court Bar Association sent in their recommendations. The Bar Council sent them their recommendation. Lawyers sent in their recommendation. Even judges sent in their recommendation. Munib Saab sent it. Justice Aisha sent it. Malik Shahzad Saab, thank you. Malik Shahzad Saab sent it. And Aminuddin Saab sent it. And myself. You see, they had to look at the recommendations given by the sections, the judges, the lawyers community, and the lawyers and public. It was open. Now, their first input came in, and it was placed before the full court. Let me tell you, it was ready by 19th of March 2025, and it was placed before the full court on 17th April 2005. And after discussion, they said, no, it requires more deliberation. Fine, more deliberation. And whoever had an objection to any proposals, the committee went to them. They sat down with the worthy judges and said, okay, what are your proposals? And they considered and addressed them. And finally, they came up with their final version, which was passed. Now, why through circulation? Let me tell you, this rule has come in after 50 years. You see, you cannot make these rules in one day. It's a living document. I assure you that, inshallah, till I'm here, every full court will have this rule as agenda item number 1, but with one condition, that whoever has an objection to it, please file your proposal so that there's a process. We created a committee. Let your proposals be placed before the committee. The committee will do their deliberation, and it will come to the full court. So please, I assure you that whatever your proposals are will be considered and will be taken into consideration. And as far as I'm very happy. Objection, the day the application came from the Supreme Court Bar Association, the same day I said, okay, full court is constituted for this particular item. I have discussed it with the members. Your objections? Let me share with you. Aapki shafarish main bhi karunga. Lekin, there is a process. The process is the committee. The committee will recommend whatever they recommend to the court. Once the recommendation is there, then we go to court. Okay? Okay, we move on. Alongside the rules, several new policies and SOPs have been introduced to address, in essence, to structure the discretion of the competent authority in proceeding with important issues on the administrative side. Now, who is this competent authority? That is yours truly. Let me announce to this entire gathering that all the administrative power having discretion of the Chief Justice of Pakistan, I have ensured that it is not only structured, but the criteria for the exercise of that discretion is laid down in letter, and it is made available to all. I'll give you 3 examples. Policy for early hearing and out-of-turn fixation. The chief could do, I tell you, the chief could fix any case at any time. Now, let me tell you, it is very difficult for me because the SOP has been done. These cases will have to be fixed. Bail before arrest, it's there, it's in writing. I can't, it will be very difficult for me to do it. Or you want an early hearing application, applications used to be filed. The case, the file used to be in the office of the Chief Justice for over a year. Now you file your application with the relevant material which you feel is requiring urgent attention, it will be taken up. All in writing. Let's look at the next one. Let's look at the grant of leave. I made it very clear During holidays, anyone who wants to go anywhere, no issue. But when there is court work, then I said, here is the discretion. Discretion is exercise. These are the criteria. Everything in writing. Third, protocol. I had 9 security. 9. I had 9 security contingent as the chief. I sat down with the security people and I said, I am in the red zone. My residence is in the red zone. Please have a heart. So we have come down to this, that there will be only 2 security vehicles with me, and same is the case with the worthy judges. We have also ensured that being in the red zone area, we don't require so much protocol. We do not require such elaborate protocol, and we've all agreed. However, once you are out of Islamabad or there is a threat to, God forbid, to anyone, then in such cases we provide security. Once you are out, once you are inside the red zone, we have decided that it's going to be minimized. So and this has been put in writing. Even my protocol has also been put down, not mine. The Chief Justice of Pakistan's protocol has also been read down in the SOP, that it has been reduced to so much. You see, these rules, policies, guidelines are intended to make the functioning of this court more transparent, more consistent, and above all, fairer to those it serves. Now, let's move to the fourth. Leverage international and external resources. You can't live alone. You can't live in isolation. I went to China, and let me tell you, we've agreed on an MOU for 5 years. The Chief Justice of the Chinese People's Court, Supreme Court, said, whatever you want, whatever support you want, we'll provide. And it is in writing now, inshallah. To start off with, they have committed that 40 judicial officers from the district judiciary will be going there next year. Same is the case with the Constitutional Court of Turkey. MOU 5 years. We are in the process. They invited our office members to go there. So, and same is the case, we are engaging in exchanges with the Supreme Court of Bangladesh, Iran, Azerbaijan, Denmark, and also to expand collaboration with the Muslim World League of Saudi Arabia. On the technical side, with the LUMS, we have entered into MOU for management. They will advise us on management, how to manage our processes. And for technology, we have entered into an MOU with Ghulam Ishaq Khan University. Now coming to the fifth and the final pillar, which is to revitalize attached institution. I will start with the Federal Judicial Academy. Let me tell you, mashallah, they have undertaken 70 training programs this year. And this is, I know, my brother is in a sober mood. Yeah, I want you to smile. You've headed all this. Yes, the DG Saab is there. My brother, Justice Miyagul is also there. He's heading the academy. Thank you and mashallah. And you have benefited 12,485 participants. And let me tell you what is more and very crucial. They have now a collaboration. They have put 182 bars of Pakistan, 182 bars throughout Pakistan. They are provided a calendar that these will be the activities which will take place, and they can sit at the bar and they are connected through video link, and they can see whatever process is being carried out over there. MashaAllah, please keep it up. Now comes the Law and Justice Commission. Law and Justice Commission, there used to be nothing against the retired judges. I'm also going to retire soon. The thing is, it was just judges. I said, no, let's bring in lawyers. So for the first time, from each high court, instead of a retired judge, we brought in lawyers. Eminent lawyers from 5 high courts. And I also said, Pakistan, all bar councils of Pakistan, including Pakistan Bar Council, I said, give me one representative, let him sit in that meeting. And this time, mashallah, we've had 2 meetings. They sat, they did the deliberation. zeroed down to start off with criminal law and family law. So the legislation which is to take place initially will be on these two. And there was a suggestion to bring in the corporate sector, but they said, no, first and foremost is these two. Once we get these things started, then we can go to the corporate part of it. Now, National Judicial Policy Making Committee. This is something very close to my heart. Here, all the Chief Justices of Pakistan are members. I had it. We sat down. We decided on 17 items on which we were to proceed. Some of the crucial I would like to mention. First and foremost was the serious attention was given to enforced disappearances. And let me tell you, and I thank that he's assured us that the government is seriously considering mechanism to ensure the production of the detained persons within 24 hours. I thank you for that, and I expect that soon we will have a good news regarding that. Number two, to safeguard the dignity of judges, SOPs have also been framed by the high courts to protect the judicial officers from external influence. This is the district judiciary. We have done it. All the district judiciary, all the high courts have framed their rules. And I've told them, put me in it. If there is the Chief Justice of the High Court, also put the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, so that the magistrate sitting in Buni or the magistrate sitting in Gwadar, he should feel that I'm not alone. If there's an influence and I've reported it, then my Chief Justice and the Chief Justice of Pakistan is also there to look after me. So the guidelines, the SOPs in that regard have also been finalized. It's a I'm very happy for that. To promote expeditious justice, not only model civil but criminal courts have started, and they have been given time-bound trials. And it is not like there's no specialized courts. What we've done is that the oldest case is to be taken up as a model court. The oldest civil case, the oldest criminal case. And that's how we're going to take it, and they're going to be done on a very day-to-day hearing. Now, moving on to the next point. While mediation facilities are expanded across the province, prescribed timelines for 13 categories of civil cases have been, 13 categories of cases which will now serve as key performance indicators, and this will be monitored through judicial dashboard. Their efficiency will be determined on this. In parallel, a charter of the ethical use of AI. You can't let AI. We are judges. How we are to do it? The national, the policy, the ethical policy has to be framed. Task has been given, inshallah ta'ala, soon. Once that is done, we will publish it, that what is the charter of ethical use of AI. Enhancing access to justice through better infrastructure and legal empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to the remotest parts of Pakistan, and there I saw that the funds that we have, the funds which are in access to justice development fund, were not reaching the due people. So we took steps, and mashallah, by the grace of God, I'll give you a figure. Look at the markup of the fund. 1 year markup was 1.4 billion rupees, not spent. You do not spend the money, you keep it so that it generates this 1.4 billion. I said, no, I don't want the 1.4 billion markup. I want this 1.4 to be spent. And same was the case, thank you again, the Attorney General. You provided us with a grant of 2 billion. Now we have 3.4 billion. We are spending it this year, inshallah. And I will announce that inshallah this year, all the courts in Pakistan will have solar. All the courts in Pakistan will have e-libraries, that even the bar room will also have. 3, lady facilitation centers, all. Their restrooms. 4, clean drinking water. Now, how did I come to these 4? It wasn't just off the hat that I said, let's have these 4. No. When I went to the remote areas, then I put a task. I said, get the information from every district and session judge. I want their wish list in priority. And when we looked at the wish list, these 4 were the top. So this year we said all the funds are to go there. So inshallah, we have enough funds. Their projects are coming. We will spend this amount. And thank you, government, we have the money to spend it. Now, it has to be spent properly. So for this, it is not possible for us to do it from here. So each province has been given an additional secretary representing the Law and Justice Commission, but he will be sitting in the respective high courts to ensure that the money is spent rightly. Now, you will also be pleased to know that I will announce it, that any person who cannot afford a lawyer will be given free legal aid, starting from the magistrate and civil court to the Supreme Court. In addition, I am very clear that the pulse of the criminal delivery system lies in the jail. How do I know that? I went to a jail in Deir Ismail Khan. I went there, so I was telling him, do you have water? They said, yes, we have water. Do you have a fan? They said, yes. Medical, yes. Food, very good. There was an inmate who said, Chief Saab, this is Deir Ismail Khan. And he said it in Pashto, and he said, look, I don't want water, I don't want medicine. You are sitting on my case since 2017, my death appeal, and you're talking about these things? Go and decide my cases. It was like a jolt. And I tell you, since then, there has been a constant bench, 2 benches. I've said, put me on a 2-member bench, but I want a constant bench, and I want to thank each member of that criminal bench. I want to name you, but if I do that, it'll be unfair, because then my other brothers will get offended, because everyone has worked hard this year. But I tell you from the wick of my heart, and I'll tell you why I'm happy. I went to Banu then. So when I went to the jail in Banu, I said, take me to the cell of the inmate who has the longest, whose case is longest pending before the Supreme Court. So it was Bahadur Khan, and his case was pending since 2019. Lo and behold, I go there. Now I am apologizing. He's behind the bar, and I'm on this side, and I'm apologizing to him in Pashto. And he turns around and he says, why are you apologizing? I said, I'm sorry, I haven't decided your case and you're behind bars. He says, no, you've decided it. And I said, well, my record doesn't show it. He had, because certified copy had not been issued, he had the uncertified copy of the judgment in which his case had been decided. So thank you, the criminal bench. You have brought, now let me tell you, you have brought the case load from 1917 to 2017. Now we are dealing with cases of 2024. Thank you, sir. I'm not going to name you, but thank you. And I'm proud of you. Okay. And for the prisons, what we did was, I said, let it not be, you see, our judicial officers visits the jail every fortnight, but still there are cases pending. Yes. There is a fault, and what is that fault? So I said a committee consisting of a treasury member who served a time in the jail, same opposition member, both, and another committee member. 3 members in each province. They've given the report. The report had been given to the National Judicial Policy Committee meeting. Inshallah, we'll take it up in the next meeting, which is scheduled for 17th of October. Al-Mizan Foundation, you will be pleased to know, I will not say what has happened over there, but for the future, the Committee of Administration has recently been reconstituted under the chairmanship of Justice Mushir Alam, former judge of the, and I have Ziauddin over here. Inshallah, I have great hope. Everything rests on you. I've got my hopes on you. Now, moving on to the Supreme Judicial Council, another very important institution,